The tennis world is reeling as a massive wave of withdrawals hits the Madrid Open. Jack Draper has just confirmed he is out of the tournament, joining a growing list of over 20 stars who have pulled out of the event. It is a stunning blow for fans looking forward to the action at Caja Magica as the sport deals with a depleted field of top-tier talent.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The situation surrounding Carlos Alcaraz has taken a turn for the worse. Tournament director Feliciano Lopez has issued a grim warning stating it is almost impossible for the Spanish hero to compete in the upcoming Italian Open. With the wrist injury keeping him sidelined, it is raising serious questions about whether the young star will even be ready for the defense of his crown at the French Open. While others fall away, world number 1 Jannik Sinner remains the man to beat. He is heading to the Madrid Open with his eyes locked on a historic fifth consecutive Masters 1000 title after his recent dominance on the circuit. With his path through the draw now set, all eyes are on the Italian to see if he can maintain his flawless form and finally conquer the Madrid clay. Rising French sensation Arthur Fils is officially back in the winner's circle and ready to challenge the status quo. After his triumphant performance at the Barcelona Open and high praise from legendary coach Patrick Mouratoglou, the tennis world is buzzing about his potential to crash the party of the game's top names. Make sure you stay up to date on all these stories by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel with the bell notification turned on. Ever feel like the tennis calendar is demanding a bit too much from the stars we love? Imagine preparing for the prestigious Madrid Open, only to watch a casualty list grow to over 20 players before the first serve is even struck. The latest name added to this unfortunate roster is Jack Draper, who is bowing out with an aggravated knee tendon. It is a tough pill to swallow for fans who were eager to see him compete. This injury nightmare has hit the men's side particularly hard. We are talking about the absence of the Spanish hero himself, Carlos Alcaraz, sidelined by a forearm injury, and the legendary Novak Djokovic, who remains out of action as he recovers from his own fitness struggles. It really forces us to question the sustainability of the current tour schedule when our biggest icons are dropping like flies. But it is not just the men. The ATP has seen key exits from Taylor Fritz and Frances Tiafoe, while the women's side is grappling with the withdrawal of Karolina Muchova, who clearly pushed her limits at the Stuttgart Open. Interestingly, while the ATP draw is reshuffling significantly, with Jannik Sinner now stepping into the spotlight, the women's field is showing a bit more resilience, with top guns like Sabalenka, Goff, and Swiatek all ready to battle at the Caja Magica. It leaves us with a fascinating, if somewhat depleted, tournament dynamic. What do you think? Is the tennis season becoming too grueling for the human body to handle? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates from the court. Ultimately, one has to wonder, at what point do the players' health and the quality of the game outweigh the demands of an endless season? Is Carlos Alcaraz's clay court dominance hanging by a thread? Just when we thought the young phenom was ready to cement his legacy, a nagging wrist injury has thrown a wrench into his momentum. After pulling out of both the Barcelona Open and his home tournament in Madrid, the tennis world is holding its breath. But it's not just a few missed matches. It's the chilling assessment from tournament director Feliciano Lopez that has everyone worried. Lopez, who knows a thing or two about the grueling physical toll of this sport, didn't mince words. Having battled a similar tendon issue himself, he called a return for the Italian Open in Rome almost impossible. That is a massive blow, especially considering Alcaraz is nursing an inflamed tendon that could easily spiral if pushed too hard. What makes this so concerning is the timeline. With Roland Garros looming on the horizon, the prospect of the defending champion arriving in Paris without proper match practice is a nightmare scenario for his team. We've seen this movie before. Last year, a similar injury scare saw him miss Madrid before finding his stride again. But is lightning going to strike twice? Alcaraz has been vague, calling it mere discomfort. But the silence surrounding the actual severity of the injury suggests a deeper caution. Are we watching a necessary pause to protect a long career, Or is this the start of a trend that could derail his season? I want to hear from you. Should he play it safe and skip Rome to prioritize Roland Garros, or is the lack of match time a bigger risk? Drop a comment below with your take. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up with all the latest updates on the tour, because in tennis, one wrong move can change everything. Can anyone stop the freight train that is Jannik Sinner? The world number one is rolling into the Madrid Open with his eyes locked on a historic fifth consecutive Masters 1000 title. And honestly, the way he has been playing, it feels less like a competition and more like a coronation. Sinner's recent run is nothing short of legendary. We are talking about dominance at Paris, Indian Wells, Miami, and Monte Carlo, 4 titles, and he has dropped just a single set in the process. That is not just winning, that is total, suffocating control. But here is the irony. For all his brilliance, Sinner has never actually cracked the quarterfinal stage in Madrid. Is this the year he finally conquers the Spanish clay, or will the ghosts of tournaments past hold him back? The road ahead is far from a walk in the park. Sinner opens against a qualifier, but the bracket is loaded with dangerous names. You have the likes of Tommy Paul and Alex de Minaur looming, and a potential semi-final collision course with red-hot rising stars like Ben Shelton or Arthur Fils, who are both riding serious momentum into this event. Now, the tournament is definitely missing some star power this year. Both Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic have withdrawn due to fitness concerns, which is a massive blow for the fans. Alcaraz shared a heartbreaking note about missing his home crowd, and Djokovic is focusing on his recovery, leaving a power vacuum that the rest of the field is desperate to fill. Over on the other side of the draw, keep a close eye on Alexander Zverev and Daniil Medvedev. They are on a collision course for a quarterfinal battle that could define the bottom half of the bracket. So, as the clay court action kicks off this Wednesday, the big question remains: can anyone dent the Sinner armor? Or are we about to witness another historic chapter in this young Italian's career? Let me know in the comments who you think walks away with the trophy. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of tennis. Who are you betting on to shake up the rankings in Madrid? Is there room for a third disruptor in the Sinner-Alcaraz duopoly? While the tennis world is currently obsessed with the game's 2 brightest stars, a familiar face just crashed the party to remind us he isn't going anywhere. Arthur Fils is officially back in the winner's circle, and he is bringing a whole lot of ambition with him. After an 18-month drought and a brutal battle with a back stress fracture that cost him his 2025 season, the Frenchman just captured the Barcelona Open title in dominant fashion. Taking down the likes of Lorenzo Musetti and Andrei Rublev, Fils looked like a man possessed, proving that his game hasn't just recovered, it has evolved. Now, sitting back in the world's top 25, he's eyeing the big leagues, though he remains refreshingly grounded. When asked about challenging the current kings of the court, Alcaraz and Sinner, Fils didn't mince words. He acknowledged that while he has a long way to go, he is focused on his own climb. It is a humble approach, but don't mistake that humility for a lack of fire. Legendary coach Patrick Mouratoglou is arguably his biggest believer, recently going on record to state that if you're looking for the next man to join that elite tier, Fils is 100% the guy to watch. Mouratoglou pointed to the Frenchman's incredible mental resilience during his recovery, losing weight, putting in the work, and maintaining a hunger that most players lose when they are sidelined. It's that rare, infectious mindset of enjoying the process over the results that separates the good from the great. As Fils heads to Madrid, the field is officially on notice. He is moving better, hitting harder, and most importantly, he's healthy. Do you think Fils has the tools to break the Sinner-Alcaraz stranglehold, or is he still a step behind the top 2? Drop a comment below with your take, and make sure to hit that subscribe button to keep up with the shifting landscape of professional tennis. After all, in a sport this fast, you never know who is going to be the next to lift the trophy.